But we ain't fucking with emotions. We just, man, just do that just to do it. We can hit her, never talk to her.
Right. And we
girl
know
doing that.
And I feel like I found someone who uplifts.
For a long time, people thought Latto and 21 Savage were just casual collaborators, industry peers with nothing romantic brewing. But fans started raising eyebrows when suspiciously similar vacation photos surfaced from Puerto Rico. Different camera angles, same scenic backdrop, matching energy. Suddenly, the rumors didn't seem so far-fetched. Then came the moment that lit the internet ablaze. 21 Savage posted a story featuring a woman believed to be Latto with the caption, "No makeup. Damn you fine." And just like that, he deleted it. But on the internet, nothing truly disappears. That single slip was enough to send fans into detective mode, connecting dots and collecting digital breadcrumbs like a full-blown investigation, just when things were peaking online. The situation took a wild turn. Word broke that 21 Savage was already married. Yes, married, the whole time. His wife, Kiana, had kept an ultra-low profile. No fame chasing, no flashy posts. Just focused on raising their children away from the spotlight. Once her name entered the chat, she shut down her social media accounts with a level of privacy that screamed, "Don't drag me into this." As the scandal spiraled, whispers began that Latto may have known he was married all along. That didn't stop her from staying close, and fans claimed she started shading Kiana in her music. The backlash came fast, with critics branding her the bitter side chick. But things didn't cool down. Latto reportedly doubled down, even tattooing 21 Savage's real last name behind her ear, a move that felt more like a statement than a secret. When a celebrity blog posted the pic, her team allegedly scrambled to erase the evidence, but the damage was done. The internet had already devoured it. Meanwhile, Kiana didn't utter a word publicly, but fans noticed one subtle move. Her Instagram bio changed from Kiana Joseph, mother of two, to simply mother of two, a small change with loud implications. It was her quiet way of saying, "I'm out." Then came the rumors that she had quietly filed for divorce. If true, that could have serious consequences for 21 Savage, personally and publicly. Amid all the chaos, 21 tried to steer the conversation elsewhere. He spoke on staying grounded, not chasing attention, and collaborating with legends like Nas, long before the drama erupted. He made it clear, this wasn't about clout or internet antics, but with everything unraveling so publicly, it was hard for anyone to look away. As the drama surrounding Latto and 21 Savage unfolded, an even bigger issue loomed quietly in the background: immigration. Since 21 Savage's U.S. citizenship status has long been questioned, the idea of Kiana, a U.S. citizen, leaving him raised serious stakes. If she really walked away, his residency could be at risk. Deportation wasn't just a tabloid headline, it was a very real possibility. But before fans could fully process that, another shockwave hit. Rumors surfaced that 21 had cheated on Latto with yet another woman known only as C. This wasn't just a secret fling either. He allegedly flew her out to Dubai for a full-on luxury vacation. Latto reportedly didn't take that betrayal lightly. Whispers suggested she confronted C directly, even sending warnings to back off. But the internet, ever quick to spot irony, called it out plainly. If Latto truly came between 21 and his wife, was it karma that she lost him in the same messy way? The age-old phrase echoed across social media, "You lose them how you got them." Then, just as the chaos seemed to peak, another curveball, a leaked video allegedly showing Latto and 21 Savage began circulating online. No one could say for sure whether it was intentional or an accident, but theories flew fast. Some believed Latto leaked it out of spite or for attention. Others insisted it was never meant to see the light of day. Either way, it turned the whole saga into an all-out spectacle. Throughout the whirlwind, 21 Savage denied everything. He claimed his marriage was intact, and insisted he wasn't romantically involved with Latto, but his actions painted a different picture. And people weren't buying the clean-cut version of events. Meanwhile, Latto wasn't hiding her feelings. She posted cryptic captions, dropped subtle jabs in her music, and stirred speculation with every move. But instead of gaining sympathy, she found herself under fire. Fans accused her of being messy, attention-hungry, and desperate. So where do things stand now? Surprisingly, 21 Savage and Kiana remain married, at least legally. Word on the street is he finally secured his green card, which only added fuel to speculation that he might walk away from the marriage now that his status was safe. But for now, he's still there, still posting, still acting like the chaos never happened. Latto, on the other hand, is trying to move forward, focusing on her career and cleaning up her image. Yet the ghost of her involvement with 21 still lingers, a shadow that refuses to fade in the gossip-fueled world of hip-hop. But just when it felt like the dust might settle, things got darker. Insiders started whispering that Latto wasn't just hurt, she was planning. Allegedly, she began feeding blogs stories about 21 Savage's behind-the-scenes behavior, hinting that she had damaging receipts capable of torpedoing his entire brand. And 21. He shifted gears he went quiet on social media, stopped sharing personal details, and suddenly embraced a wholesome, family-focused vibe. Fans noticed the sudden switch and couldn't help but wonder, where was this guy when everything was falling apart? Through it all, Kiana remained a question mark, silent, off the radar, and as mysterious as ever. Through all the chaos, Kiana remained silent, no interviews, no indirects, no posts, just silence. And that silence, it spoke volumes. Fans started wondering if she was playing the long game, quietly preparing her next move. Some even speculated she was working behind the scenes to build a solid legal case, getting her paperwork in order in case she decided to walk away for good, and walk away with leverage. But just as people were beginning to believe it was truly over, whispers resurfaced. Rumors swirled that Latto and 21 Savage were secretly reconnecting, this time under tight wraps, with NDAs involved to keep things airtight. They were allegedly trying to avoid any new PR fallout. But in the age of receipts and screenshots, nothing stays hidden for long. Fans were deeply divided. Some thought Latto should have left the second she found out he was married, while others believed she was just another person caught in the same web. One thing was clear: no one in this love triangle was walking away spotless. Then the drama hit another level. Alleged screenshots leaked from a private group chat, supposedly between 21 Savage's own friends. The conversation showed them mocking him over the Latto situation, suggesting he had gotten too comfortable, bragged too much, and let the side chick think she was the main one. Ouch. One message even hinted that this wasn't his first messy entanglement. Bro been moving sloppy for years. This one just got loud. Naturally, fans started asking, what else is he hiding? Latto, meanwhile, began showing up at high-profile events, solo, but make no mistake, she was shining. Luxury fashion, expensive jewelry, jet-setting. She looked like she was living her best life, unbuttered. But of course, people began to wonder, who's footing the bill now? Rumors sparked that she might be linked to another major industry figure, someone even more powerful than 21. But Latto stayed quiet, keeping her cards close. Then came another bombshell. A grainy photo surfaced of Kiana leaving a courthouse in Atlanta, no entourage, no lawyer, just her. That blurry image was enough to set social media on fire. Was she filing for divorce? Custody? A restraining order? No one knew, but speculation ran wild. As the storm raged on, 21 Savage dropped a surprise track. In it, he rapped about snakes that smile and a queen who ain't loyal. The internet went into detective mode once again. Were the bars aimed at Latto, Kiana, both? No one could say for sure, but fans were dissecting every lyric like it held the answers to the drama. Then things took a nosedive. Online sleuths started analyzing 21 Savage's travel history, and the gaps didn't add up. The image he'd been promoting as a dedicated family man started to unravel. People claimed he had been quietly flying out to see not one, but two other women across the US. One woman, reportedly based in Houston, even posted a story with a chain identical to the one 21 wears constantly. Her caption, "Real ones move in silence." That silence didn't last long. To top it all off, Latto tweeted and deleted a pointed message. Imagine being loyal to someone who gave everybody a turn. She didn't name names, but the internet filled in the blank.
Everywhere, I'm not dropping music every other week. I'm not going on live talking about every other week. Nah, me and Nas been talking about making music on my kids way before all that shit. We been like figuring out how we was gonna do a song before this on my mama. I been had his number. He been telling me he was a fan of my shit. I been telling him the same thing before all this shit happened, bro. That's why he didn't take what I said in no disrespectful way, cause he knew what I was trying to say.
Instantly, her mentions exploded once again, reigniting the drama just as things seemed to be simmering down. Just when the drama seemed to hit a plateau, Kiana made one subtle yet powerful move that had everyone talking. She followed a divorce attorney on Instagram. It wasn't a dramatic announcement, an explosive post, or a cryptic story. It was just a quiet, calculated tap of a button. But in a world where social media moves are dissected with surgical precision, it was louder than any statement she could have made. Fans were quick to notice. Within hours, screenshots of her newly followed list were circulating like wildfire across Twitter, Reddit threads, and celebrity gossip forums. The attorney in question wasn't just any legal professional, this was someone known for handling the most high-stakes and high-drama separations in the entertainment world. Her client list read like a who's who of tabloid cover stars. And her reputation for strategic, no-nonsense advocacy made it clear. This wasn't a follow for casual curiosity. This was a signal. Up until this point, Kiana had maintained a remarkable level of composure. Despite months of rumors swirling around her marriage, whispers of infidelity, power plays, and public snubs, she had remained silent. Her Instagram had been a mosaic of serene lifestyle posts, brand collaborations, and the occasional inspirational quote. There had been no direct acknowledgement of the growing storm surrounding her relationship. For her followers, it was a portrait of strength, of grace, under pressure. But this single act shattered the illusion that nothing was amiss. It hinted at deliberation, at intent, and more importantly, it suggested that Kiana was done playing defense. She was preparing to go on the offensive. The timing was almost too perfect. Just days earlier, her husband had been seen at an event without his wedding ring, laughing a little too freely with a mystery woman whose identity fans had already begun to investigate. The tabloids had run wild with speculation, but without confirmation from either party. It remained just that, speculation. Until now, by following a divorce attorney, especially that divorce attorney, Kiana wasn't just acknowledging the rumors, she was turning the page. It was the kind of move that spoke volumes without uttering a single word. It showed she understood the power of narrative, and more importantly, that she knew how to control it. The fan base responded with a mix of admiration and concern. Some hailed her as a strategist, applauding the elegance with which she seemed to be reclaiming her story. Others worried about the emotional toll such a public unraveling might take, but one thing was certain. Everyone was watching now. Kiana's quiet click had become a rallying cry, a sign that something significant was shifting behind the scenes. It marked the moment when the story changed direction from passive endurance to active transformation. And as her followers hit refresh on her profile, waiting for the next move, they knew one thing. Kiana was no longer just surviving the storm, she was learning how to steer it. Meanwhile, the pressure surrounding 21 Savage was mounting, not just from emotional fallout, but legal risks and an ever-growing list of women now linked to his name. Latto tried to play it cool, keeping up appearances and pretending the mess didn't faze her. Kiana stayed mute, letting her silence speak volumes. And 21. He seemed unbothered, like none of it touched him, but beneath that surface, everyone could feel it. The whole situation was a ticking time bomb. Then, boom, a mysterious burner account popped up on X, formerly Twitter, and it had the internet spiraling, claiming to have inside access. This anonymous account dropped cryptic threads and hinted at having screenshots, recordings, and receipts that could blow the lid off everything. Shockingly, some of the details matched previously whispered rumors, enough to make fans take it seriously. One thread claimed Latto had quietly been blackballed by certain artists in the industry. Allegedly, word of her entanglement with 21 had reached the upper levels, and a major collaboration deal had been scrapped because her name was too hot. Latto hasn't confirmed any of it. But fans noticed her sudden silence, and it wasn't the empowering kind. As for 21 Savage, rumor had it he was ready to break his own silence, but not with a tweet or some cryptic caption. Word on the street was he had been working on a documentary, a raw tell-all miniseries covering his rise in the industry, his immigration challenges, and yes, his chaotic personal life. Whether it's redemption or distraction, nobody could say, but the streets were watching closely, and while the drama unfolded, Kiana somehow rose as a silent force. People online began calling her the blueprint, the model for how to move with dignity and power in the face of public scandal. No messy quotes, no clout chasing, just composure and strategy. Ironically, it was her silence that made her stand out even more. But the twists weren't done. A supposed former assistant of Latto's came out of nowhere with allegations that cracked the internet wide open. In a now-deleted post, they claimed Latto had been keeping a secret folder, a digital vault packed with screenshots, messages, and voice notes tied to her relationship with 21, and this wasn't love letter material. According to the post, if that folder ever saw daylight, careers wouldn't just stumble, they'd collapse. The revelation set fans on fire. Within minutes, social media exploded with theories, reactions, and pleas all centered around the folder. What was inside? Screenshots, voice memos, contracts, photos, whatever it contained. It had shaken the foundation of the drama to its core, and everyone knew it wasn't just idle gossip anymore. This was something bigger, something dangerous. Some fans went full scorched earth. Drop the folder, though they tweeted, tagging her by the thousands. Expose them. Burn it, all down. These were the ones who had followed every breadcrumb, every suspicious like, every deleted post. To them, the folder represented justice, revenge, and the long overdue truth. They wanted it public, uncensored, and immediate. They didn't just want receipts, they wanted consequences. But others urged caution, even fear. Girl, lawyer up. One tweet warned, racking up tens of thousands of likes. If that folder is legit, you need protection, like yesterday. These fans recognized the stakes. If Latto really was sitting on bombshell evidence, she wasn't just holding gossip. She was holding leverage. And leverage of that magnitude doesn't come without danger. Speculation about the contents ran rampant. Some believed it held proof of betrayal, not just personal, but professional. Others were convinced it exposed a coordinated cover-up. A few went even further, suggesting what was in that folder could bring down more than just reputations. It could shift alliances, ruin deals, and rewrite the entire narrative that had been spun for months. Whatever the truth was, one thing became clear. Latto had the upper hand. For now, the silence surrounding the folder only intensified the frenzy. With one reveal, she could either end the chaos or escalate it to a level no one could predict. And the world waited, breathless, for her next move. And behind the scenes, word is, 21 Savage's team is in full crisis mode, reportedly reaching out to anyone involved, trying to manage damage, contain leaks, and avoid public implosion. The tension is thick, the stakes are high, and everyone's wondering, who's going to make the next move? Who's really got the truth? And when it all finally unravels, who's getting exposed? As bloggers scramble to control leaks and hush whispers, the internet has already moved into speculation overdrive. Behind the scenes, many believe a legal showdown could be looming, especially if those alleged receipts tip into defamation territory. One wrong move, and this thing could end up in court. And just when it seemed like we'd seen every twist, Latto lit the fuse on something new. She dropped a teaser for a surprise single set to release next Friday, and let's just say, she's not being subtle. The promo image. A burning British passport with the caption, "No loyalty, no papers." If that's not a direct shot, what is? Fans instantly connected the dots and are bracing for a diss track, possibly the most savage one yet. Meanwhile, Kiana, ever the picture of restraint, remains completely silent, at least publicly. But she did post a cryptic quote that had everyone talking. The loudest ones always fall first. No tags, no shade, just energy. And the internet did what it does best: decode, dissect, and speculate all over again. She's still keeping her distance from the chaos, moving quietly in the background, and honestly, that might be the strongest flex of all. No mess, no interviews, no clapbacks, just grace under pressure. And sometimes, silence hits harder than any diss. This whole saga feels like something straight out of a scripted series: betrayal, secrets, heartbreak, and the kind of plot twists that leave you reloading the timeline just to keep up. So now, we want to hear from you. Do you think 21 Savage really cheated on Latto with C? Or was that just social media smoke? What about that leaked video? Was it an accident, a revenge move, or just plain clout chasing? And where does Kiana stand in all this? Is she biding her time, or walking away with quiet victory? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're watching, and if you're here for the tea, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who's been glued to every twist. Because trust us, the drama, it's only just getting started. See you in the next one.